All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk. My name is Gabriel Cepeda. I'm your host and also the CEO of the Intelligent Teenager, an organization that's dedicated to connecting young entrepreneurs and investors. We've got a great show for you guys today as I'm here with Chris Altchek, who's the co-founder and CEO of Mike.com. And today's topic is the startup generation, capturing the youth market. Chris, welcome to Let's Talk.
Thanks for having me.
So now going onto the topic of advertising, what are your plans to grow your readership and create awareness? Because obviously you're trying to, definitely make an impact on both generations, and when it comes to the way we actually receive information. So how would you say you're going to grow your readership?
Yeah, so I mean, at a high level right now, we reach about 20 million monthly readers. We're one of the biggest news sites on the internet in the U.S. The goal is to reach, there's 40 million college-educated 18 to 34-year-olds in the U.S. By the end of next year, we want to reach all 40 million of them. So we have to more than double the size of our current audience to do that. We think about it in a very analytical approach. So there's sort of three big strategies underpinning that. One is continuing to cover continue covering new topics and creating more content. So we think about, we're launching a lifestyle section around Valentine's Day that's going to cover relationships, dating, sex. That section on its own will bring in a few million new readers per month. We're launching a technology section in March. That section on its own will bring in a few million new readers per month. So you launch enough new sections is one big focus. The next big way is actually building distribution channels. So the same way that you've built an audience on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter,
right?
As a media company, that's what you have to do too to reach our generation. So we're building distribution channels. We're growing our Facebook distribution channel. We're growing our Instagram distribution. We're growing our Tumblr distribution. And so those are the big pieces that allow you to reach more people with more content. And then the last piece is we're making a big push into new products. So we launched a mobile app earlier this year called Mic Check. That's definitely worth checking out. And then we're launching video, which will be a whole nother beast. But we started launching video a couple weeks ago. So
awesome.
A lot of launches.
Yeah. So with that in mind, you obviously growth is expensive. So how did you go about staging the early rounds of financing for Mike? Even not just that, how are you currently? I know obviously it's a free service, so how are you able to generate revenue?
Yeah, great question. So in the early stages of Mike, we didn't have any money. So I started this company with a friend of mine from high school. We went to high school in the Bronx at Horace Mann, and I was working at Goldman in finance. He was working as an editor, and we quit our jobs and actually decided to both move out of the places we were living, move in together into an apartment on 127th and Lenox, and sort of like save up all our money and put all of our money into this, with the assumption that we weren't going to get investors to back it in the very, very early days. And so we essentially put enough money in, the both of us, to be able to cover rent for 8 months, and those 8 months were like, okay, we're gonna either make it or not make it, and either prove to investors that there was some traction here, and so people were very, very skeptical. They were looking at the landscape. They're like, look, the Huffington Post is massive, but they're massive because they do celebrity, side boob photos all day. There's a lot of content farms dominating the internet. Like, how are you going to build a high-quality, trusted brand? Young people don't care about this stuff, blah, 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 blah. So we heard a lot of negative reaction, and sort of we put our heads down. We're like, okay, we're going to prove them wrong. And we were able to grow the site to about 500,000 monthly unique visitors during those 8 months, just through trial and error and iteration. And then we came back to the same investors and we're like, look, like you said that this was impossible with very little money. This is what we did. Like, this is our plan with more money. And guess what? What we're going to build is going to replace CNN and the New York Times. Like, do you want to be part of that or no?
Yeah.
And when you frame it the right way, then we ended up raising the first round. So we raised about $400,000 in our first round of funding. And then since then, we've raised a total of 15 million through subsequent rounds, and I've learned a lot and made a lot of mistakes in the fundraising process.